Hi, today I'm going to show you my absolute favorite cast on. It's the crochet cast on. This is it right here, but we're not going to use a crochet hook. Okay? Hello, my name is Renee, and in case we haven't met yet, welcome to the channel. If you've been here before, then welcome back. Now, why this cast on without a crochet hook? Not because I hate crochet, I love crochet, but suppose you are not quite comfortable with using a crochet hook yet, which hopefully I'll get you there. Or let's say you don't have a crochet hook handy. You could be traveling or whatever. And again, hopefully you'll carry some crochet hooks with you, okay, in the future. Or I thought of this the other night. Suppose you don't have the right size crochet hook for the cast on, because typically with this cast on, your crochet hook size should be similar to the knitting needle size. So you may not have it. There's so many benefits to learning this cast on this way. Now, as I said, this is the cast on. It's quite stretchy, as you can see. And then it looks very similar to the cast off. This is just a standard knitting cast off, and it looks very similar. Okay. Another really great use of this cast on that I haven't seen many people talk about is it's great for casting on for underarm stitches, for top-down sweaters and tops. I use this all the time because it adds those extra stitches and makes them really tight with the existing stitches, so you don't have these long strands of yarn and gaping holes that can make it horrible when you're finishing. Not horrible, but a little bit more difficult. So grab your knitting needles. I'm going to turn my camera around and I'm going to show you this cast on. So let's get started. Go ahead and leave a tail. And then I'm going to do a slip knot. Normally I don't do a slip knot when I cast on, but in this case, I'm going to make a slip knot just to anchor as an anchor. All right, so here's my slip knot. And you want here's the working strand. You want that part on the top, okay? So it slides like that. And you want the loop, the beginning loop, big enough so you can put your thumb and forefinger through it, just like this, because just what you're going to be using to grab the yarn. I'm going to hold my tail. I'm going to grab my needle, and I'm going to tension my yarn. All right, this is how I tension my yarn. I'm going to hold that needle over the yarn just like that. Okay, ready to grab it. So I'm going to pull, and the first stitch, just pull it and tighten it. Just like that. It'll pull. All right. And that's my first stitch. So I'm going to put my thumb and forefinger back through that loop just like that and get ready for that second stitch. Take the yarn around the back of the needle and then grab that yarn again and pull and cinch it up. All right. Try to cinch it up as evenly as you can. That's my exact second stitch. Put my thumb and forefinger through, and remember the top strand should be sliding. Take it around the back of the needle and pull again and make that third stitch. You see that? Pull. And just take your time, especially if you're new with it. All right, take your time with this. And you will keep making stitches until you have one less than the total amount of stitches, cast on stitches that you need. All right, so let's say that was, I only need one more stitch. Now I'm going to take the yarn to the back and then take the last loop and slip it onto the needle and then do like that, okay? Cinch it up, and here I have it. You see that? How beautiful that is? Now let me show you how to add more stitches when you're working a row. I almost forgot. Before I continue, that slip knot, let's remove it because it's just kind of hanging off the work and we don't need it. Like I said, I just use it to anchor it when we start, but now we can just remove it. So just remove the slip knot, just pull it like that, and then it's like your work's not going to fall apart. And see, Now it's much neater. You see that? And there you go. Let's continue. So I've knitted a few rows, and now let's say I'm going to add additional stitches like you would with, say, a top down sweater or something like that underneath the arms, right? That's a good example. And with most cast-ons, it'll leave an excess amount of yarn and gaping holes, and that presents a problem when you go to finishing. Okay, so let's see how we would do it with this cast-on. So you take that loop off just like that, and once again, you're going to open up that loop. Make sure the working strand is on the top sliding, like we did with the original cast on. Make it big enough for your thumb and forefinger. And in this case, I'm going to tension my yarn. I'm going to put this to the back so that the needle is in front of it, right? Does that look familiar, that setup? Now, you just do what you did in the beginning. You're going to take that yarn and draw it through the loop just like that, okay? Around. See how tight that is? There's very little space in between those two stitches. So keep going. You just, oops. And if you lose your place like I did, just make sure the top strand is on the top. The working strand is on the top. And then just draw through again. Okay? Just like that. Take it around. Draw through. Give me a second. Let me back up. My yarn is tangled. Okay. Let's try it again. Pull through. And make as many stitches as you need. I'll make one more just for good measure. And then let's say that's our next to last stitch. We're going to do what you did before. Take the yarn to the back, put the loop on, and draw through. Okay? And now you have added those extra stitches. And as you can see, like I said, they are very close together. There's very little space between the stitches. And you can continue work. You can turn and continue your work from there. Can you see that? But it looks very, very neat. You can also cast on stitches through the underside and work in the opposite direction. Sorry, shake my camera. The opposite direction. It's just a great cast on, and it has so many uses. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I will see you on the next one. Please do me a favor and let me know what you think about this stitch, this technique. Comment below, and I'll see you in the next one. You have a wonderful day.